Hi. I'm Jenny Wakeman. And today, we're reading a storybook about Paw Patrol Track That Monkey. Here we go. Let's read Paw Patrol Track That Monkey. Adapted by Casey Neumann. Based on the teleplay Pups Save Big Hairy by James Baxshall and Jeff Sweeney. One day, the Paw Patrol were in the jungle helping their friends Carlos and Tracker give the monkeys their yearly checkups. "I'm ready to take Mandy's x-ray," said Marshall. Mandy put her face behind Marshall's scanner. The image of her bones surprised the other monkeys, and they started running in circles. "Uh-oh. How do we calm them down?" asked Rocky. "Scratch their backs," said Carlos. "Monkeys love that." Rocky extended the claw from his pup pack and went to work scratching backs. The monkeys quickly relaxed. "Looks like you've made some new friends, Rocky," Marshall yelped. Just then, a giant monkey named Big Hairy peeked around the rock he was hiding behind and saw Rocky's back scratcher. He really wanted to have his back scratched. Chase and Zuma arrived, back from searching the jungle. "We looked all over, but we didn't find any more monkeys who need a checkup," said Chase. Carlos decided it was time to close the monkey checkup center. He thanked the Paw Patrol for their help. Marshall invited Tracker to come back with the pups for a visit. The pups happily scampered into the Paw Patroller as Carlos and the monkeys waved goodbye. The Paw Patroller rumbled along the jungle road. Suddenly, big bunches of bananas landed on the roof. "Esku Karen?" Tracker asked. "Did anyone else hear that?" Ryder and the pups didn't see anything outside. "Probably just some bumps in the road," Ryder suggested. They didn't realize that Big Hairy was riding on the roof of their vehicle. As the Paw Patroller rolled into town, Big Hairy saw the giant cup on top of Mr. Porter's lemonade stand. He leapt from the vehicle onto the stand's roof. He rubbed his back against the huge cup and it broke loose and crashed to the ground. Next, Big Hairy ran to the statue of Chicoletta in front of City Hall and rubbed his back against it. The statue fell over with a thud. The giant monkey quickly ran off to find something else to scratch his back on. Mayor Goodway discovered the statue of Chicoletta lying on the sidewalk. "How did this happen?" she cried. Then she heard the sound of bells ringing and looked up. She couldn't believe her eyes. A giant monkey was shaking the bell tower on top of City Hall. Mayor Goodway immediately called the Paw Patrol. Ryder gathered the pups at the lookout and told them about Big Hairy. "We'd better get him home before he causes any more monkey trouble," he said. For this mission, Ryder needed Rocky's big claw and catapult. He also needed Tracker's jeep and his super hearing. "Green means go," shouted Rocky. "I'm all ears," Tracker exclaimed. "Todos oídos." "The Paw Patrol is on the roll," Ryder said. He and the two pups rushed to their vehicles. The team found Big Hairy outside Mr. Porter's market. Rocky used his catapult launch bananas at the monkey. Tracker tried to lure him away by pulling the banana-filled wagon with his cables. The giant monkey wasn't interested. "Why isn't he going after the bananas?" Rocky asked. That was when Ryder noticed that Big Hairy was scratching his fur and pointing at Rocky's claw. "He wants his back scratched with the best back scratcher ever like the other monkeys did," said Ryder. Just then, Big Hairy grabbed Rocky and took off. "After that giant monkey," shouted Ryder. Ryder called the rest of the Paw Patrol together. They chased Big Hairy and surrounded him on a bridge. "Big Hairy, please let Rocky go," begged Ryder. But Big Hairy didn't want to. He turned and leapt off the bridge. Big Hairy landed safely on the deck of Captain Turbott's boat, the Flounder. "Sizzling sea serpents, I've never seen such a supersized simian," Captain Turbot exclaimed. "I need to shoot a series of snaps." He reached for his camera, but before he could get a shot, Big Hairy was gone. Big Hairy made his way to the lookout and climbed to the top of the tower. Chase used his megaphone to check on Rocky. "How are you doing up there, Rocky?" he called. "I'm okay," Rocky replied. "But I'm getting tired of scratching." At that moment, Ryder had an idea. Sky swooped in and nudged Big Hairy away from the edge of the roof. Then Zuma moved the periscope up and down from the control room to scratch Big Hairy's back. He was so relaxed, he let go of Rocky. Tracker used his cables as a zip line to bring Rocky down safely. "Great work, Tracker," said Ryder. Sky dangled a bunch of bananas just out of Big Hairy's reach, then slowly lowered them to the roof. The giant monkey climbed down the lookout and followed Sky to the Paw Patroller. Everything was back to normal. Except Big Harry's back was still itchy. Rocky ran over to Big Harry and gave him a giant back scratcher. "I made you something to remember me by," Rocky exclaimed. Big Harry was thrilled. He grabbed his new back scratcher and hopped onto the roof of the Paw Patroller. He was ready to head back to the jungle. Ryder asked Robo-Dog to take Big Harry home, and soon the Paw Patroller began to roll away. Everyone said goodbye to the big monkey. "And remember," Ryder called, "whenever you have an itch, just ook-ooka for help." The pups laughed and cheered. Wow! That reading was amazing. I love reading a book. And that's it for Paw Patrol Track That Monkey. Stay tuned for Gwen Tennyson Random Generator. I hope you enjoy. Until then, this is Jenny Wakeman. Signing off. Bye.
At FDC 313 it really depends on what kind of scratch it is. I just used Armor Etch to remove the AR and anti-scratch coatings from my pair of glasses and it took off all the scratches that were in the coat. If there's a gouge that goes straight down to the lens, you're out of luck.
Why did you stop the camera? We already heard the base shut down. Lol. Yeah, I saw that. I think the reason it's not welded is because they use the same bracket for different thickness of cover plates. So instead of welding, they just use a different length Allen screw. I like the larger version compared to the smaller. But different tastes. I can see why the smaller is popular.
Crawling down plush corridors again through being accelerates. It was a fine display. Nice atmosphere in the crowd, too. The strong wind blew some of the still glowing debris from the fireworks onto the crowd near the casino, so you had to keep your eyes open for other people plus yourself. I brushed a piece from the back of a woman's coat. The display followed a 6-course dinner at El Mariachi, so we were already having a splendid evening. This was the icing and the cherry and the flaming cognac on the cake. Thanks.
Natik Akshara, the best couple of whole television, Louis Unaksh, who deserve all awards.
Rubber Band RARRIX mixtape June 15th. Nice. How many acres do you farm?
Many detainees in the brig choose their attorney based upon word of mouth that circulate around when they are locked up. When I worked in the brig as a Marine, there is literally no available legal advertisement for detainees, so many just have their families check the yellow pages for listings. I've watched Solitaire after Solitaire retain military attorneys from the local area who simply assisted the military in feeding them into the meat grinder by way of pretrial agreements.
Thanks for a great video on huddles. And I guess the world is getting worse, because modern Catholicism is Orthodox Catholicism. You can if you sprint, but this was full when the game was in beta. Rhythmatic open day when the game was on Kickstarter, so the may have changed.
Correct. Who was the band at the ending credits? Nice accent. How much did that cost? Is this a full system or just slip-on? Any other tuning modifications like a power commander, etc.? Woo, Z, Die, Hufters, Vluchten.
This is brilliant.
Waiting for the promo song?
Looks dangerous. Good work, guys. Send me please info. For this machine, cncrbt@gmail.com.
Super. No comments.
Let's charge and go to soccer stadium tournament. Let's go find Brad Carbuncle.
Hi, Magenta Stickman. Jenny Wakeman reads a book, Paw Patrol Track That Monkey. That was amazing story. A Nick Jr. book. I don't seem to find it. I just full screened it, original quality, then print screen, copy to paint. Save set as desktop background, XD. See you soon.